Evening viewer, welcome to our Glory Globe TV. Here's a breaking news. Yes, criticism was voiced by the opposition on Saturday regarding the 7-phase Lok Sabha election as India embarked on one of its lengthiest election cycles. In Bangalore, remarks were made by Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge suggesting that the extended schedule implied that Prime Minister Narendra Modi wants to tour everywhere. While speaking on the matter, Kharge suggested that the polls could have been conducted in 3 or 4 phases, expressing concern that the current schedule would halt most government work until at least June 4. Halting all work for nearly 70 to 80 days, how will the country progress? Because of the election code of conduct, materials will not be supplied and budgetary expenditure will not be spent. So according to me, this is not beneficial. This could have been completed within 3 or 4 phases, Kharge stated. The sentiment echoed by Kharge was also reiterated by Shiv Sena Chief Uddhav Thackeray, who expressed that the lengthy election schedule aimed to diminish the anti-ruling party sentiment among people. Additionally, Sanjay Raut, another party leader, observed ongoing developments under the Modi regime amidst Maharashtra's 5-phase polls. Meanwhile, NCB national spokesperson Clyde Crasto raised questions about the 5-phase election in Maharashtra, pondering whether they were driven by fear or concern about electronic voting machines. Similarly, the Trinamool Congress criticized the Election Commission's decision to conduct election in 7 phases for West Bengal's 42 seats, advocating for a single or twin phase election to prevent political parties with deeper pockets from gaining undue advantage, as stated by Bengal Finance Minister Chandima Bhattacharya in Kolkata. Despite being a critic of the Trinamool Congress, Lok Sabha leader Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary voiced support for the 7-phase polls in the state, emphasizing the need to ensure a peaceful electoral process. The 2019 elections, conducted over 7 phases, had a duration of 39 days between the first and last phases, which has now been extended to 44 days for the 2024 elections. Additionally, 5 years ago, the model code of conduct was effective for at least 75 days, whereas this time it will be in place for 80 days until the counting day on June 4. The gap between the first and last phases of the 2024 polls is second only to the inaugural general elections in 1951-52, which lasted over 5 months. Over the years, the duration between the phases of general elections has varied significantly. In 1957, it spanned over 19 days, reducing to 7 days in 1962 and further down to 5 days in 1967. This interval increased to 10 days in 1971 but decreased again to 5 days in 1977 and 4 days in 1980. Subsequently, both the 1984 and 1989 elections had polling durations of 5 days each. In the 1991 elections, polling commenced on May 20 with the final phase occurring on June 15, resulting in a gap of 27 days. In 1996, the gap increased to 34 days only to be reduced to 8 days in 1998. The gap between the first and last phases of polling in 1999 was 32 days, while it was 22 days in 2004, 28 days in 2009 and 36 days in 2014. Made the report, Glory Globe TV, Delhi, Bharat.